As we discussed in the introduction to this entire 6-part series, the beating heart of this Future of Work series involves a heavy reliance on evidence-based practices. In the future, the behavioral sciences, even the cognitive neurosciences, will play a prominent, dominant role, from how we structure our day to how we relate to colleagues. Put a circle around that last sentence, particularly those last 5 words. In this lecture, we're going to discuss teamwork, which is another way of addressing how we relate to colleagues. It involves a central mystery. Why do some teams work well together? Why are other teams so dysfunctional? Why do some teams produce great productivity and others do nothing but fight with each other? And most importantly, what do the behavioral sciences say about how groups of people should work together to optimally achieve some common goal? The answers would be valuable to practically anybody, from people who have to work with clients, to people who are clients, from people who have to work with board members, to people who are board members, R&D environments, education, churches, financial institutions. Virtually the entire work spectrum could use a dose of this information. So, our first topic involves teamwork. What do the behavioral sciences have to say about creating high-functioning teams? Plenty, it turns out. To talk about it, I'm going to divide this talk into 4 segments. First, we will discuss something researcher Anita Woolley calls C-factor, focusing on a cognitive device termed theory of mind. Next, we'll discuss something called executive function, focusing on the work of researcher Roy Baumeister. In Part 3, we'll talk about addressing a corporate imbalance related to hiring practices. Then finally, in Part 4, focus on diversity and the workplace of the future. That last bit is as practical as a grocery list. In fact, it is a list. It's a group of suggestions about what you can do next Monday regarding what you just heard as we begin preparing for the workplace we will encounter next decade. I will warn you in advance, some of these data have sharp elbows. They may challenge a particular point of view, something science is particularly good at doing, but if we take the future of work seriously as an evidence-based practice, the upcoming intellectual ribbing will be well worth the experience.